city.
Reporting live from the world hates us.
Like
Always.
hates.
Tech hates us. Tech hates me and
If it's not a
Alejandro.
microphone, it's a camera. If it's not a camera, it's the internet.
If it's not the internet, it's the camera's software. If it's bruh, listen, tell me why we got this shiny 4K killer ass camera, bro. We got this camera, right? And so, you know, when we plug the camera, interestingly enough, the cord is separate from the camera. You have to plug the cord into the camera and into the computer, which is a problem for me. the converter, which is a problem for me because the shit falls out anyway. We're not gonna talk about that.
I already forgot about that part.
I ain't even gonna go there.
That was the first part.
I'm not even gonna waste y'all time on that part. But the second part about it was we downloaded, you know, when we put in the camera, for some reason, the camera did not come with software to use the camera. It didn't like say, oh, do you want to download something? No, it didn't say that. So we had to go Google it. Couldn't find it for a while. Found it, finally downloaded the camera. Worked last week, worked perfect, worked fine. Bet. Come back this week. Plug the camera in. Why the camera ain't working? What's going on? And we looking. Can't figure it out. Trying to work this fucking program, shiny and sleek. Can't even recognize the camera. Finally, we found a video of a dude. You know what he said? Delete the program. Just delete it. Delete the whole shit. Dead ass. Not even kidding. He said, uninstall the shit. Uninstall it. He said it's fucking shit. It's shit. And you just uninstall it, download a program that's 3 years old, and that will work. And it did, kinda. But then there was focus problems. Anyway, if you don't know where you are by now, you better find out. Welcome to Insert Name Here, brought to you in full Technicolor and living sound. Maybe.
Sometimes.
With the dulcet tones of the lovely and amazing Alejandra Taeda.
That's me.
And me, your raspy voiced alto, mezzo, soprano, maybe, like, you know.
Maybe like.
I'm here. Malachi Unique. We're here, you know, today. And shit's going on.
Oh no.
There's oh no, the FBI's watching us.
A lot's happening.
The FBI's watching. I didn't log into my shits.
Oh, it's okay. I have it pulled up here.
Okay, cool, lit. So let's get started. What's going on? What's going on? Huh? What's going on? What's going on? Huh? What's going on? What's going on? Huh? You know what's not going on? Our green screen. It still doesn't work, but we gonna figure that out.
If people knew how much work went into trying to stream properly
on all these platforms, we're on Twitch, baby. We even remember to tell y'all we on Twitch, my guy. This is Insert Name Here, a Boston-based podcast about local politics, national politics, and some pop culture shit. We talk a lot of shit, and we're dirty libs. We're not libs. We're fucking leftists. We're way left.
Dirty libs.
We're lefter than left. Sorry. They're see when if I try to do something later on, I'm like, look what she said. But she's, you know, lib. Way more than that. Anyway, but yeah, we're here. So pull up the thing. She got the thing.
I got the thing. All right, where does one start? Let's start with what we started with last week. Capital shit. I wrote the wrong capital.
Capital riots. They gotta go and fight it.
I feel like all Black people and people of color all knew last week how bad.
I brought my machete downstairs. Unfortunate.
We all knew last week how bad it was because like you don't just storm into the Capitol and it's easy breezy cover girl. It's terrorism. It's fucked up shit. And so we find out this week, although we kind of knew it last week, that they had all these types of plans about the building. There were a bunch of police officers that have now been like suspended. And a bunch of police officers from like other cities that were off duty, that were chilling there, raiding on the Capitol, which is, you know, very funny. Law and Order, to watch the people that love to tote about how Black people mainly shouldn't do yada yada yada. Suddenly pulling up into buildings, suddenly rioting. So we found out all this information, and we could have told you that last week, but more and more information keeps coming out about who these people are, their jobs, what they do,
what they were planning to do. They're nuts, bro. Yo, like people like zip tie guy trying to say, I picked it up off the floor. I was gonna go give it to the police.
Yo, some of these I hadn't noticed the zip ties at first, but then I saw another dude carrying like thicker zip ties, and I was like, "What? Please tell me what innocent thing you were gonna do with a bunch of zip ties?"
They were chanting kill Mike Pence. That's the best part. They were chanting kill Mike Pence. Mike Pence, the dude who said, "I can't. It will tear apart the country if I." Da, 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 da. He was like, bro. I don't know why he thinks that's gonna stop them from killing him, bro." He's like, Trump's not gonna be president, and you were quote unquote part of that. They don't understand. Your people riled them up, making them believe you could do something to stop the fucking the fucking vote, and you can't.
Also, you're trying to kill Ayanna Pressley and AOC, and you failed because you're bitches.
Bro, imagine if they ran into like any of those people, any of them. Even Nancy Pelosi, bro, homegirl live tweeting Nancy Pelosi's whereabouts. Like, bitch, like what like innocent reason do you live tweet the Speaker of the House whereabouts while somebody's storming the Capitol building? While all these mad mofos storming the Capitol. They're the opposite party. Like, what do you like? She's a Republican, the person who's tweeting it, but like, why? Like, there's no innocent reason to do that. Sister,
I do love watching them come to face with the fact that there have to be consequences when you break like federal laws, like because there's this level of like they break regular laws and nobody cares, but now you broke a bunch of federal laws in front of the world, and now they're like, "What do you mean I'm on a no-flight list? What do you mean I'm an American? I'm fighting for my country."
Fucking Jake and his organic food that they give him,
Jake don't deserve shit when a bunch of Muslims get fed fucking pork.
They starve immigrants. Don't give them like
Jake, your shamanness. That's why he got it, because he says he's a shaman, so it's a part of his religious shits.
Jake, I'll box you, Jake.
There's just so much that we found out over the past week about the people that were involved in this terrorist attack, this failure, because they didn't really succeed in doing anything.
Bruh, I just like
except they killing their own people.
Right. They came so like the entitlement, the white supremacy, the like American exceptionalism, the belief that there was no way somebody's gonna stop them. And that's why I'm like, I low-key think they're probably gonna try on inauguration day, just for the fact that like, even though there's gonna be mad national guard and shit there, I think that they still in their hearts believe that nothing is gonna happen to them, that nobody's gonna do like. But it's us, like it's white people, Republicans. What do you mean? It's not Antifa. It's not Antifa. It's not BLM. Why do they always say BLM? It's because they don't want to say the words Black Lives Matter. Like, it's hard to say you hate Black Lives Matter. I wish we had never come up with that fucking
phrase,
anonym.
Yeah,
like just the letters. I wish we never shortened the phrase, because now they can't.
I don't know. I never liked calling it a BLM.
Now they can't say. Now they can say I hate BLM and say I hate Black Lives Matter, which it's weird. It's a weird thing to say if you're not racist. But anyway,
it was. Oh my god! It was a wild week, and it's just so obviously. Ooh, she's pretty. Sorry, Twitter showing me things. So obviously about AOC and Ayanna, they both have like over the past 2 nights have talked about how revealed more information about that attack day and the the days leading to the attack, about how like their security system, their panic buttons were all taken out, and they didn't know why. Just a couple days before a bunch of Republicans were due to show up and potentially attack.
Just right before they were about to confirm the Electoral College results, or whatever it's called, certified, whatever it's called,
fact certified.
And yeah, they were finding everybody's like private office, like James Clyburn. They found his private office. He's a Democratic whip, whatever.
They had maps. That's the important part. They had maps that probably only people that worked there, not probably, most definitely only people that worked in the Capitol building to some degree have access to.
And I mean, Capitol Police there were clearly upper people or Capitol Police that were involved, and there are clearly Republican Congress people that were involved. Like it's wild. Like, and so people are very like, and it's interesting because they're like talking about like they're again, they're planning to go back to the Capitol on Inauguration Day, and they're also potentially planning to storm all 50 state capitals.
Well,
over this shit.
I mean, have fun storming our capital. It's kind of boring to
storm Massachusetts because you're just gonna see big ass Charlie Baker meandering around. Who cares, my nigga? He's such a goofball.
Me, like, okay.
They all love him. Like, oh, what's he gonna do? Like,
please take that little gold dome. Like, if you can take that off, I would be impressed.
Bro, just tear. Please, you know what? If you want to, you could tear down this Massachusetts state flag if you would like to do that.
Period.
When you put up another flag, I will come and pull it down later. But tear down that Massachusetts state flag. That sounds good. If you was gonna go there and do something, I don't know about everybody else, like normal people who don't commit crimes, they're not terrorists, who not trying to betray their fucking country and destroy democracy. Normal people, they don't do that. But like, if you one of those people who do that, just get the message. I don't like that one.
There are also a bunch of creepy white statues, white man statues, and portraits that you could also take down, or you could take with you. They don't need to be in the
news. Take them home. Those, I don't want to see them. They're ugly. I don't like them. You could take every single Massachusetts governor. Take them all. To be honest, I mean, leave the ball. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Leave them. I'll take them.
BML. Why would they keep them?
We'll take them.
Oh God.
Y'all could take everybody else.
It's the best part, guys, is that Inauguration Day is next Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? 20th or 21st?
I think it's the 20th.
I don't know how to spell that
Maybe
word.
It's the 21st though.
Joe Biden. How you spell inauguration? There we go. Yeah, the 20th. So
Wednesday, Inauguration Day. Yo, Joe Biden, day one, get rid of my student loans, bitch.
Oh yeah, that $10,000 he wants to be giving me. Get rid of more,
nigga.
How about
50,000 whole, all of it, just everything, my guy. Not 50,000.
Me wondering like how much would like $10,000 cut off of my monthly bill?
Yo,
like that probably wouldn't even be that much.
And how much would taking it all away, pump into the economy, all us? Who's buying a house? We all
buying a house. Catch me in Malaysia, in Texas, and here buying houses.
We have houses and houses. If they get rid of that student loan debt, come through.
Man, that's
Joe Biden. I tweeted this from Avi Sanchez because Twitter is suppressing me to this day.
Free Malachi
Unique. Anyway, but I tweeted. I tweeted repeatedly. I keep waking up early in the morning to tweet about Joe Biden and how he cannot relax. I refuse to allow him to relax, like and have a mental relaxation.
Just how Trump didn't sleep, I want Joe Biden to not sleep. Just how Trump stayed up and watched the news, I just want Joe Biden to be bothered every day by somebody I want my student loans.
I want Medicare for all. I want every lily white hair and Joe Biden's corn pop head to drip, to fall off.
Jordan said I'm off that day. I'm gonna drink some beer and watch rednecks get lit up by the Army Reserve. It's gonna be mad funny because if somebody's like cousin, he's gonna be like, Bill, please don't come. I know you want to, but please don't come. I'm gonna be there. They telling me to shoot y'all.
And yes, and obvious nonsense's cousin said that's not even 10% of my loans.
Wait, how much federal do I have? Oh, never mind. I only have private. I only have 30. I only have 30-something thousand in my federal loan.
Private loan. Get rid of all not just federal, not just public. Both of them. Student loan debt. And make public school free. All 100 with a public school for most of the time.
Most of the time I went to a public school, it's just so expensive.
It should have been cheaper.
I spent more money my first year at UMass Lowell than I spent paying at freaking Suffolk for that year and a half I was there, and that's wild. So just telling you guys, clear my student loans. Let me enjoy on the 20th as white people go wild. It's going to be funny because there's going to be that group of white people that go to watch Joe Biden be inaugurated.
Yeah, they're
going to be like, wow, I'm so happy. This era of Trump is done. Racism is done. Racism is dead. It's over, guys. Black people, you can go back to just being oppressed regularly.
Anyway,
and then there's also going to be the other folk ready to light it up, and I hope they battle.
Yeah, they kind of, there's Proud Boys talking about, like, we're arming each other.
You guys can battle Black and Latinos and other POCs. We can stay home. We don't
Stay
need to
home,
be
y'all.
there.
Why don't we? That's their business. It's not
Because
our business.
it's not our business.
We've been told them. We've been told them before Donald Trump, after Donald Trump, while Donald Trump was running. All the time we told them, but they didn't want to listen. They said, "Oh, it's no big deal. He won't win." Da, 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 da. Okay, now look at us. Now look at us. Now, y'all said American democracy was the pinnacle of democracy. Y'all said it was untouchable, unshakable, unbreakable. And look at it. Look at the state of American democracy, my nigga. Look at it, bro. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. So, yeah, that's the thing about that.
We have to have a conversation about the First Amendment.
One
that's been developing pretty much the moment, like, the internet and social media became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because Donald Trump was banned from pretty much everything, media, like social media wise and internet wise, like even Pinterest.
I like the Shopify banned him.
This nigga can't even go website.
He's on Shopify, my guy. Ivanka Trump buys straight from the fucking. Anyway, I'm waiting for Alibaba. Ban him. You know, people can't be mad at. People say, "Why TikTok? What do you mean? Why TikTok?" They should be the first to ban. They should have banned him when he said he was gonna ban them. I would have been. I said, "Yo," I would have been like, "Gay sub banned." Like, oh, you want to ban us? We're a Chinese company, banned. All right, fuck out of here. You don't want to. Fuck you. What do you think with no Trump ads? Fuck Trump.
So, anyways, people. There was even a representative today or yesterday wearing a censored mask as she spoke on the House floor.
Today.
And this is the conversation that needs to be had. The First Amendment don't protect you against not against, but like doesn't protect you when it comes to Twitter. It doesn't protect you when it comes to Facebook. It don't protect you on
those private company. Remember, private companies can do whatever they want. They don't have
want the gays to bake the Christians to bake gays cakes. You don't want to force them. Well, you can't force Twitter to keep Trump on.
Trump, and also, yeah, if he's not going to be president, and also, guess what? He could just call the press there and talk to him. I mean, they'll go away from him if he lies. He still has his
actual official Twitter account. You can just go. You can write up an email to the press secretary or whoever deals with communications. Say, this is what I like to be tweeted. And they can take it and they can be like, I don't think I can tweet this to whoever their person is that they have to certify this with. They'll be like, yeah, it's okay. Don't tweet that.
But, and then he'll never see because he's banned. So.
But that is like, also you can make another account. I don't know.
Yo, Donald Trump.
A lot of people been banned off Twitter. Make a different account.
I know they must got I mean, it's not like he can't get a VPN. Like it's not like they can catch his IP address. He's the damn president, bro.
But this is the conversation, and it's a slippery slope to some degree. And by slippery, I mean if you're by slippery, I mean that Twitter is fucked up in the fact that Malaysia is currently in Twitter jail for saying Negro. Not saying
not even offensive. I was being nice.
Not even actually saying
but the fun thing is my app name, not my app name, my Twitter name is fucking an alternative Negro. Like that's not a slur. But the thing is though, the First Amendment doesn't cover not hate speech. It does cover hate speech. It doesn't cover the incitement of violence. Like you cannot say all patriots come to here. We have to fight for our democracy. You have to be willing to trial by combat, as Giuliani said. All these other things that these Republican representatives should say. That stuff is like you can't. That's inciting violence. Like it's the same thing as you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. That like you're gonna get in trouble for that because like you're putting people in danger. That's not free speech. Like that's not you like exercising your opinion on something. Like that's you like putting people's lives in danger. Stupid. I think what was the other thing I was gonna say? Also, I was thinking about the Twitter, all this how Twitter purged so many bots and stuff, and all those people were very upset, like that they lost followers. Like you're a goofball. Like you're really corny.
Twitter's
you're washed.
I lost followers. Me.
You're really washed because you're talking about you're upset that you lost bots, my thing. If you lost that many bots, bro, imagine if that many of your followers were bots, just Russian bots probably. right wing Russian, not people. They're not people.
I just,
They're bots.
it continues the divide between the like Twitter that white people use and that everybody else uses, because we get banned for like anything. Like even on
Yeah.
Facebook. So they said somebody called her a nigger and she was banned because she called somebody a bitch for 24 hours.
Yeah. Facebook is the Zuck comes down.
Facebook says that you can't call like now. Remember who was it? Calvin that kept posting that men were trash.
Yes,
and he kept getting like his post taken down.
You can't say things like that on Facebook. You can't say anything like that. That men are trash, white people, or something. You can't say stuff like that.
It's just like that's the internet that we've always had, and it's always been very biased towards black and like POC people, and we know it because we are it, but people don't be noticing. And people call out Facebook and Twitter all the time, especially former employees that are like, hey, we've told like Facebook and Twitter that they're like their racist. Systems are racist, and that because you designed these systems with like white people in mind. You're white. And everything else is like, if you're not white, you're bad pretty much in their system.
You don't come we all come into this life when we're grown. We come in with all these ideas pre-pumped into our heads because we're living in a society, and societies have rules and norms and things that are part of how we move in this world, and in our society, white supremacy is part of how we move in this world. So there's nothing created by man that will not be affected by white supremacy. Like, and that's not even just America. People want to be like, oh, you're always talking about America. That's not just America. That's everywhere. Like this entire planet was colonized at some point. There's nowhere in the world that wasn't colonized or is white. They're just white or was colonized. And some of them were colonized too.
Y'all just sick off y'all just not thinking when it comes to like about social media. You think it's your right to have social media. I want y'all to know it is not y'all right to have social media. I don't know who taught you that social media was suddenly you were born to have it. Twitter could shut down tomorrow.
Right, they've been saying Twitter was going to shut down for years.
Fact, since like 2015, 2016, they were like, Twitter's over, Twitter's done, they're going to shut it down. It's going to be Facebook.
Right.
For like 4 years, everybody's like, Facebook's shutting down, Mark Zuckerberg's shutting it down. Me, never, because he loves our data.
But yeah, that shit's worth way more than, it's worth a lot.
But that is our spiel on the First Amendment and the fact that it has consequences, and y'all can't just say whatever the hell y'all want.
Like, you can't, like, if you put people in danger, you threaten people. Like, threatening people is not allowed. Like, if somebody said, this guy said he was going to kill me and he had a gun in his hand, you can't do that. And when you're the president and you have 80 million followers and you are telling this lie about how the election was stolen from you, people think democracy is at risk because you're a liar.
And when those people are at the Capitol and you basically
rile them up, tell them to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue, you'll come with them and
tell them that, oh, they're good people, that they're there for a worthy cause, but to leave. This was the sickest part about last week. He really went up there and he was like, y'all are good people, just go home, but y'all are here for a good reason. Why would I leave if you're telling me?
Bro,
you telling me that I'm here for the reason we're supposed to be here?
He still has it. He said that the election wasn't stolen, but nobody believes him. Everybody's gonna be like they can believe any conspiracy theory about all these people raping children. They can believe that somebody forced Trump to say, and somebody did force him to say. We all know. It's not like he was believable.
They had to drag that man out because he said it mad late.
Right.
It was mad late when he pulled up to say that, but off him and on to who do I want to get on right now? What would be fun for me? Well, I'll go to Marty Walsh because last night he gave his State of the City.
Yeah,
I always say State of the Union. Last year I said State of the Union. He gave his State of the City, his final State of the City, hopefully forever and ever.
And he pretended he cared about racism again.
He pretended he cared about racism, but has yet. How many months later? Honestly, almost a year. I don't care about months. Almost a year after the protests that occurred during the spring/summer, he has yet to talk to the main youth that led the protest. in Boston.
Yeah, after saying we were gonna be white supremacists and shit and all this stuff, all the other shit, and saying the police were very good people when they was running over motherfuckers with cars. Oh, and
beating
then
them.
stealing. And sorry, that's later, I guess, to talk about somebody's little overtime.
Oh no, this isn't even overtime. It's a clerk that took money.
Yeah, no,
Was
there's
it
overtime too
Oh,
for 29,000 or something.
these niggas be stealing.
They be stealing, but obviously it's somewhere in there probably.
But okay, so he gave his final thing, like Malaysia said. He pretended he did something about racism, and they like posted when they wrote Black Lives Matter over Dudley so that people could walk and drive right over. I'm sorry, over Nubian Square. They said that. Oh God, I already forgot about her. Cecilia got the good topics in mind. I already forgot.
Oh,
that's enough.
Shut up, bro. Yo, I'm sorry. Let's finish up real quick on Marty, because I gotta get to that bitch Mia Ponce.
So I'm so glad you brought her up.
Like, bro, because I gotta talk about some things about that. Because there was a lot in that. A lot.
All right, his final yada yada. I didn't watch. I'm just paraphrasing whatever the hell I saw on Twitter.
Bro. This is the shit about it, right? This is the problem. This is the problem with going to like BLA and being like actually smart and not like one of the like people who worked hard to get there. Is that you don't fucking do the research. I do the research. I do the research to like back up what I say. But like in terms of like watching people give their speeches, watching the debates, I don't really need to. Don't care.
I can just read what they got online. They tell me enough.
They gonna say what they always said. But no, he was saying stupid shit. It was dumb, and he's gonna be labor secretary, and I'm tired of it. I'm glad he's gone. And you know what? In fact, I will say, if he doesn't in his first, like, if he gives any national speeches anytime, if he in his first speech, if he doesn't talk about his parents being Irish immigrants and him being a former alcoholic, I will feel gaslighted from all these years of him going to every youth anything to say that as if somebody was gonna connect with that. We don't connect with that. That's me and you, very different. Don't feel it. No one connects with all the 14-year-olds. Like, okay.
All right. I have a parent that's an alcoholic, but me, an alcoholic,
I don't know. Irish immigrants not connected to me.
You know, I bet it connected so strongly with the labor community then. But no, now
he could go to Missouri and say that or something. I don't know.
Anywho, we'll go back to the city topics to talk about this Maya Ponsetto,
this bitch who tried to like fucking harass, who assaulted a 14-year-old child, claiming that he stole her phone when she actually left it in a freaking Uber. And she's like, bruh, there was so much
anxiety. Damn, why don't I have a hat on right now?
Daddy.
Wait, dang it. I was gonna go find some tape real quick and write daddy on my hat.
There was so much like racist, like it was wow. I was like, this is the most blatant, like, her lawyer, man.
Her lawyer was just looking at her like, why the hell did I take this case?
So she did the thing where she was like, I'm just an innocent little white girl, and this black man who was 14 stole my phone, even though he didn't.
Gail's face. Gail really was like, they really got me talking to this dumb bitch.
Yo, my thing about it was what I thought about when you put her name in the chat, Soleil, was how white people don't love their elders. Like they don't love them, and they don't care, and they don't. I think maybe they hate them because imagine you going if any, like, they don't have to be Gail, anybody's grandmother, just a random black lady. Imagine putting your hand up as imagine being like, shut up, like,
enough.
Imagine being like, Gail. Imagine even just calling her by her name, bro. When somebody called Dionne Warwick girl on Twitter, she said, "Excuse me," and they said, "Sorry, auntie, I'm sorry." Like,
please,
this is not this is so far removed. Like, this is how you know she's not black or like really a person of color. because like even like bruh, we just don't do it, man. That's not how we talk to people. We don't.
First,
like the rudest people. You could
call Gail. At this point, you need to be groveling. You need to call her Miss King. You need to call her Miss Gail,
Miss Lady something.
Because as soon as she was coming out her mouth, calling her Gail and telling her enough, I said, "Oh, girl, you really are wildin'." And then she has anxiety.
Why was she wearing
to act a fool?
Why was she wearing a daddy? She assaulted a child. Why was she wearing a daddy hat though?
She says she's Puerto Rican, Greek, and Italian.
Yes, that's white. Like, bro, you have to bring out the old, like, bro. Most
she said people, I'm a quarter Puerto Rican. That means I'm colored.
I'm like, the girl is fully white. Look at her. Like, if you gotta really pull it out that deep, bro, because Greek and Italian, that's just white. Like, and so what is it? Like Puerto Rican?
She needed to pull in like an Armenian and like a spicy way. She said,
like she say Turkish, nothing. That's just white. Like, what are you talking about? She said Puerto Rican, like as if there haven't been mad white Puerto Ricans. Like, okay, whatever. Name 10 U.S. presidents. Okay, Rutherford B. Hayes, because that should have been a nigga. That nigga Lincoln, that nigga William Tyler, that motherfucker McKinley who got shot.
Clinton.
Then Bush hoes. We got Reagan and Carter. we got that Calvin Coolidge. We got Woodrow Wilson. We got Theodore Roosevelt. We got that other Roosevelt. Why can't I remember Franklin? Why can't I remember that one? I like him better. We got JFK, but what up, Cambridge? What up, Massachusetts? We got
Donald Trump.
We got George Washington. We got Jefferson. We got John Quincy Adams.
Sorry, but somebody said name 10 U.S. presidents, and it was just a funny thing to question us of.
So yeah, we got more than 10, I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
so in conclusion, this Maya girl was cooked, and also she did get arrested in LA. It was like it was not only like, did she get arrested for like,
this bitch, she I think she had like, before she had other charges, but like she was like boxing the cops again. That's how you know she's white. Because me personally, black people getting dragged, like, bro, they weren't even dragging her in the first place. They said get out the car, and then she was like no, and tried to drive away, and they tried to drag her out.
My question is, Malaysia, to you.
Hey, what up? Hey, Tay Dots.
Hey, I have a question. Do you have a panic attack as you attack a 14-year-old boy?
I don't attack 14-year-old boys, so I don't really know how my mindset would be why that happened.
Okay. Now, would you order a cup of coffee before attacking somebody that you think has your phone?
He said, I like a latte. I like lattes with my violence. And when I'm beating black children and then pretending that I'm not doing anything wrong.
See, my anxiety, I would like to tell you guys this. My anxiety, if I thought somebody took my phone, would be, oh God, who do I ask for help? Because I can't go up to them. What if they have a knife? They can kill me.
Yo, my anxiety, if I lost my phone, I just didn't know where my phone was, isn't that somebody stole it. It's again. Fuck. Where did I leave it? When's the last time I saw it? Is it upstairs? No, I haven't been here in a week. She hadn't been to that hotel. She's been checked out for like a day at least or something like that.
Ma'am had been in an Uber and did not think twice of the fact that she could have left her car in there.
Yeah,
it had to be a black man, a black child, a black child of God.
And then the best part, she was like, yeah, I yelled at him and that might have hurt his feelings, but the father attacked me. Girl, on camera. We see you on camera. Dive bomb the boy. Didn't see the father attack you afterwards, but I will say he did say you better get on. And I know black men, and he said it twice. So the only thing after that is getting your ass beat. So I don't know. He probably did, but
like everybody said, if it had been that boy's mother, homegirl,
his aunt, his sister, a friend. Maybe just a random black lady, if she happened to hear like what had happened in the beginning. Me, probably. I don't know.
Oh, wow, Soleil commented the same thing I commented. If the boy had been with his mother, she's gonna have ass beat. Thanks also
Right.
to the people on Twitch. Thanks. It's our first time streaming on Twitch, so I'm happy to see people on there. Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, that girl was wildin'. Like Mike said, she had the manager go to them. First of all, if a manager came up to me and my child and I was just trying to live my best life, we just chilling. And
Over
you
an
come up to
iPhone.
me over a phone.
The most common phone,
I can't,
like possibly.
That lawsuit better be nice. Cause I'm suing that hotel going, yeah, you've got me fucked up.
Yeah, if a random black lady would have been in that lobby, she would have been crying a lot more, I'll say, because oh man, yeah, we're on Twitch, Mike. They're sending us emotes. Lit.
Yeah, we're on everything. We're on everything as much as we can be, you know.
Yeah.
One day when Instagram finally decides to like actually like make their platform better for streaming, we can even be on there. But
for now we're here.
All right. Maya's dead and gone. Who next?
Okay, let's talk about so Ricardo Arroyo petitioned for there to be no special election because there's about to be a mayor election
this year.
And it doesn't make sense to have to elect. Nobody's gonna come out, and that's what they're banking on anyway. Blah blah blah. Listen, let's talk. The thing about it, I'm gonna skip past somebody real quick. Before I'm gonna just talk about. I'm gonna talk about the people. I'm gonna talk about Kim Janey real quick. Kim Janey, yeah, she should be interim mayor. Like it's like she should be interim mayor. Like I don't fully agree with Kim Janey about like anything, pretty much except marijuana maybe. But she should be interim mayor. There's no reason to do a special election. When there's about to be an election this year, the only reason that all these people are interested in being mayor now is because they were punks before and they was too scared to mess with the incumbent, and it's corny. And honestly, like I said, Kim Janey's not my favorite person. She's not my favorite politician in Boston, favorite person in the world. No, but like she's capable. Excuse me, funky ass Frank. She's capable of being mayor.
left a comment. He said, "Y'all gotta watch the hearing today. It was wreck, and it was a hearing about." The hearing was started about the billboards that are too bright in the city.
Yeah. Bro, oh yeah, but it was a mess.
Kim Janey is more than capable to be our mayor for the time period. But I do want to say about this petition, and I've been seeing a lot of debate, especially on like our friend Leon Rivera, who's running for District 7, which was Kim Janey's seat. So donate if you would like. What was I trying to say? People under his post have been like, I don't like this. It sets a bad precedent. And the issue is we're in the middle of a freaking pandemic. I don't know if you want to forget that, but trying to get people to vote when we already don't vote in special elections during the year of a pandemic makes no sense.
I don't think it sets a bad precedent. I think, first of all, I don't even think it makes that much sense because I just think in an election year, there's no reason to have
2 elections. Anyway. Yes,
it makes for the same. It's not like it's next year. There's gonna be a mayor. Like no, it's this year. People already been running. Like they're anyway. But the other thing about it is that like not once this entire time we've been in this COVID-19 thing has anyone ever tried to behave any differently because we're in a pandemic. Like you gotta like recognize like some things are gonna have to be different. Like it can't just like, bro, I know it's tiring. You got like this is the crazy. These people are city councilors and politicians. I understand it's tiring, guys. I understand you don't want to have to change things. I understand it's hard. You want to go out and have fun, and so you want to go out and do what you do outside that I heard about.
But what good is an election gonna do us in a few months? What, like, for real? What good is this gonna do?
And I know people are like, I can get like it's like it always is in politics and in life. I can get what I can get, and who fuck anybody else and fuck the world, But whatever, man. Like I think people are interesting, and Commissioner Twitterfingers, we're gonna find out about him.
But what Soleil asked what the T is on the interim mayor. So Kim Janey, if she becomes interim mayor, which is very likely, almost like 100% probable in my opinion. Kim Janey is just very like unresponsive and like not a great ally, in my opinion, to the community that she is supposed to serve. I think I wouldn't even say she serves the people she like pretends to serve, but like Kim Janey to me is just not someone that looks out for the community in the way that you want to, and her being mayor wouldn't be very different, and it would be different in the essence that Kim Janey is more progressive than Marty Walsh.
A black woman,
A
obviously.
black
from
woman
Roxbury,
would be the first like black mayor of Boston, but it's also like this Kim Janey. Like there's nothing about her that would lead me to believe from the past almost 4 years that she's had as city councilor District 7 that she would be like a completely fresh breath of new air in the mayoral office for the time period she's in there, because also she doesn't have like, she'll help prepare the budget because she'll be the mayor in that time, but
yeah, I mean, while she's interim mayor, she's not going to be able to do that much if she becomes interim mayor. But I mean, the question is whether that period will make people want her to be mayor.
Yeah.
Which, like
It's
honestly,
it's up to her.
Of all the, it's up to her, and of all the people in this race, yeah, there are at least a person I would prefer, like, but she's not the worst person in the field, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst. It's just,
it's not what I want.
Saleha asked, has she accomplished anything for Roxbury? And this is the difficult area about doing things in terms of like quantifying or like trying to see what a city councilor has done, because city councilors' power in Boston is so like narrow. Like there's a lot they can do in terms of influence, in terms of like small changes, but like large monumental changes, they're very difficult to like come by.
The most important thing they do is sign budgets, like, you know.
Yeah, voting no on the budget is probably one of the biggest things.
And I think the best way to kind of rate a city councilor is their responsiveness. And in terms of her, she's interesting. Like she's there, question mark. But is she there? You know, I don't know. She's not. Yeah, definitely not responsive. She's present sometimes, not responsive. I think, and she like Kim. So like for instance, Kim Janey, like what as a city councilor is for changing the city charter, right? Mm-hmm. But Kim Janey as mayor would not change the city charter, and I don't change my opinion on that. I fully agree that she won't and won't want to. And we'll be like, what? What do you mean? Nah, no, you were no.
Kim Janey and I don't like say this, and I'm choosing my words very carefully because this is a rep that a lot of Black women get about being like not empathetic or not like caring for people in positions like that. But Kim Janey like literally gives you the like. There have been conversations in the like Mass Ave, South Rocks, whatever group that is. I can't
Roxbury South End Community Partnership.
Yes, that Roxbury South End Community Partnership group. So there's been conversations that they've had with her that have been like, and I've watched them where she's been just very dismissive of people kind of pouring their hearts out to the fact that their mothers are being like daily impacted by the fact there's like blood and like feces right on their doorstep, and there's people ODing like right on their doorstep, and she hasn't been the person that you want to tell that information to. And that to me is something that's really important for a city councilor. It's somebody that you want to like be able to go and tell them, this is happening. What are you going to do? How are you going to help me? And I would compare this to Julia Mejia, our at-large city councilor, who's very much like, I understand what's happening outside. That was a loud ass motorcycle or car. To like Julia, who's very like empathetic and very like just willing to like listen to you and kind of understand your like concerns and issues because of the place that she's like grown up in. I think Kim Janey often lacks that when she like talks to the community. So that's my perspective on her, and I don't think it would be better in the position of mayor, because mayor is even far removed from the people.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely she'd have better policies on money, and definitely on race, because by virtue of existing.
But also don't forget, Kim Janey, related to the Janeys, developers,
property. Yeah. Anyway,
So
off that topic for now. Funky ass Frank, real quick.
funky ass Frank,
Nigga
yes.
talking about, oh, now he cares about the price of municipal shit. Shut the fuck up, Frank. Nobody wants you to run for mayor. You're not gonna win. Nobody cares, my guy. Freaking sir, like
Everybody
think
thinking about running
rationally.
for mayor, don't
Think
Thank you.
rationally about the amount of people who would show up for a special election, and ask yourself if that's democracy at work, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on, like, it's corny.
Yeah. So today, going back to Santiago's comment about today's hearing, when they opened the hearing, it was pretty much shots fired, with Frank Baker kind of going off on Ricardo for caring about the fact that we'd spend a bunch of money having like 4,000 elections this year. And then going off on Kim Janey saying she's not qualified because the whole city hasn't voted for her, but the whole city hasn't voted for him either. So strange statement. And then
And you don't do
having a back
nothing.
and
And
forth.
she's city council president. Are you? Funky Frank? What's going on? Step your pussy up, Frank. What's happening?
So that was a thing. And then Soleil left a comment about William Gross, who's the commissioner of the BPD, potentially running for mayor, which we all know them whites would just love, because they love the thought of having a black man black man cop up on that mayoral podium, kind of standing up for them.
Mike said so many cops want Gross to be.
Of course you do.
Want Gross to win. He's not gonna win. There's that.
Of course you want your freaking commissioner of the police force to be
mayor. You know how hard it'll be to drive that man around.
Of course, they'll love to stand outside the Southie High, Dorchester, whatever polling places they have, stand proudly outside and be like, yes, Gross for mayor. Are you voting for Gross? He spent 20 years as a 20 plus years as a police officer.
You know what happened in them 20 years?
Yeah, a lot of bad shit. A lot of bad, especially as he's gotten further up and up and up on the
he's
the pole. The pole.
Up and down the pole. Gross. That's like when that dude said Dan Rather was eating Trump's ass on Twitter. I said, hold on, wait a minute, wait, send that one to me, bro. Just for investigational purposes, because either that or you don't know what the fuck you're saying. It was the latter.
Okay, but also talking about other candidates, like I mentioned before, you don't matter to me. Also, you're not a candidate until March, so you really don't matter to me. But if you were unwilling to run against Marty Walsh, like just a month ago, then you are not worthy of my vote. You are not worthy of the city's vote. You are not worthy of our vote. The two people that put out their whole neck, their whole body, because to try and run against an incumbent mayor like Marty Walsh is like
in Boston, a place with the cushiest job in politics. Anybody who's in politics, they know, bro. I don't know. I know I don't look like it for the Twitch viewers, but I am in politics. The cushiest job in politics. Boston mayor. Ask anybody who knows, man. They'll tell you, if you can get that job, you could chill out,
Jordan,
be comfortable, have mad power.
I would like you to know that the dude who always wears those stupid hats is in fact the police commissioner Gross. Yes.
He looks like the penguin.
Yo!
Gross should be the penguin, bro. Remember, listen, Eric, Mike, tell me Gross shouldn't be the penguin in the next Batman anything. Imagine, bro. If Kane's watching, he probably can hear me. Tell me.
He runs that thing or something.
Anyway.
But yeah, that is who he is. But yes, if you weren't really willing to stick your neck out politically a few months ago to run for office, and there were people were like questioning that could run, like as soon as Andrea put her like hat in the ring, people are like, oh, what about Kim Janey? Because they do the racist thing where they're like, oh, that means all the black women
together
run.
Make them fight. Does that mean pull up your dog? Like, shut up. No one wants to do that.
But
we learned from Charlotte Gola Ritchie in that hell.
Honestly, the two best candidates are the ones that already are in the race. Andrea Campbell and Wu. Those are the two best candidates we're gonna have and we're gonna get. Unless suddenly Kim Janey comes out of nowhere and it suddenly does a whole like 180. Is it 180? Yeah. 360 is a whole
Yeah, she turned back.
Unless she does like a whole little turn, not a whole turn, a half turn, and changes her behaviors. Half turn.
Hate you. Anyway,
unless she does a whole half turn, a whole half turn. Unless she changes who she is, it's Wu or Campbell. I have my allegiances, kind of, because I have no problem changing my allegiances because
at the drop of the hat. Thanks.
It's Wu right now, but it could be Andrea tomorrow. And that's how easy it can be. Your vote does not have to be solid until you're filling out that little circle in September.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let these people fool you. There's plenty of time to get them, to push them to new directions, to push them to answer policy questions, to get their information. Like, this is what we should be focusing on. How are you going to deal with Mass Ave? What this budget going to look like when you're mayor?
Who's changing that city charter? Who's changing it? Who? Which one of you?
Facts. And Mike said you got to be aligned with yourselves first. Facts. You have to know what you care about. If you don't know what you care about, then you can vote for anybody. Then, really, frankly, but you have to be like, who aligns with the city that I want, the city that I live in, the city that my family lives in. That's who you have to want to vote for. And if you can't see it with like one candidate, look for it with another. Like, it's very easy like that. We go with who serves us the best. Fact. Not with who you like. Like, Wu, me and her have talked before. Me and her are chill. Don't mean I would vote for her if she has policies I don't agree with.
She does some fuck shit.
Like,
it's like what Don Lemon wanted to say that day. Also, fucking around.
Don Lemon been wildin' again. We love it.
I love when Don Lemon goes Baton Rouge on them niggas. You can see it in his face when he want to slip. He be trying to slip. My Uncle Don Lemon. Leave my Uncle Don Lemon alone. There was definitely a BPD overtime. But
yes, it was overtime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this week, a Brighton family settled with BPD over an incident that happened in their home. So there was a no-knock warrant issued for their home, and they basically ran into the wrong home. No-knock warrants don't work. No-knock warrants are stupid. No-knock warrants put families at harm. They're giving this family $500,000, which is not nearly enough for police busting up into your house and then
20 minutes. The dad was
handcuffing you, like
on the floor.
In case people forgot, that's also what led to the death of Breonna Taylor, or the murder of Breonna Taylor. So no-knock warrant, and they've like historically been a way that like Black and people of color like die, because the police will bust into your house. And you tell me what happens when police bust into your house in the middle of the night, how that gonna work.
If you watch Child 4, you'll see that homie, don't remember his name, the Cape Verdean dude, talking about when they busted up in his house and they didn't even have a warrant. They could just do whatever they want, but and that's the problem with no-knock warrants. That's the thing. But yeah, so there was that. They're getting at least a little bit of quote unquote justice, I guess.
In fact, it's like $100,000 for each of them in the house. Me like $100,000.
And you gotta pay your lawyer.
You gotta give me $500,000 just for me. I'm distressed. I will never look at a police officer the same after you busted up into my house, held my father, like looking for somebody that's not here. $500,000 is nothing.
Yo,
and I hope this family's like okay and like mentally gets to like move on, because the fact that like you get like attacked, like the mental process of like me being fully asleep and the police barging in is terrifying. Like me right now, if I hear something outside my door when sleeping, I'll have a stroke and I'll be awake for like 2 hours. A police barging in, I'm never sleeping again.
That's really it's really terrifying. Also, there was a former BPD clerk who forged her supervisor's signatures to boost her overtime pay by nearly $30,000. And that's according to NBC Boston, because I read it verbatim.
Yeah, I just pulled it up.
So yeah, that was fun. Also
continued corruption within BPD, just in case you guys wanted to like.
Yeah, they love to do some scams in there. Yeah, it's great. It's endemic, and it's indicative of the culture and of how people roll over there. That's how they do, and that's why they should be abolished. Thanks. Mike posted an article about the Chicago police doing a mistaken raid. I didn't click the link yet, but
I got you. Sorry.
But
Hey, excuse me. Where are the comments? Okay.
Oh, you found it. But
I can't find it. What the hell? Where did Mike leave that comment?
He on Twitch.
Huh? Why don't you show up on Twitch?
I know I can click the link.
Oh, okay. Click the link.
I can't.
Oh, you cannot click the link.
Okay. I cannot.
1 second, sorry.
Also, Leia, we didn't hear about the little kid who died in custody. I don't think.
I did not.
Please tell us.
I'll put a link. You can put. Oh, here we go. You can put a link in the Facebook chat. Facebook links are much easier because we'd love to talk about it. Behind the mistaken raid by Chicago police on an innocent social worker's home. Oh God, this was in 2019. Oh God. Mike left that comment about her, like about a naked black woman who's a social worker, but this woman was fully naked when a bunch of police barged into her house with the no-knock
That sucks because that would be
both of us. I butt ass naked and the police. Me, let me grab my robe. Them, get on your hands and knees. Me, can I put on a robe?
Them, no.
Can I put my cheap one on too? Because I'm not letting you dirty my Fenty one.
It's very
gonna be something different because that's not in stock no more.
Oh, so the story with the kid who passed away in Lowell is apparently that the Lowell Police Department claims he jumped off a bridge, but they refused to release a body cam video. Which I don't understand. What's the point of body cams if I understand active investigations, da 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 da. But most of the time, it just takes them years just for fun. It just takes them years.
Please,
for fun
sorry.
and games.
Mike, I didn't mean Fenty. I meant Savage X Fenty, which is Fenty, but not as cheap. It's her lingerie line is cheap. It was like $30 or less. But anywho, with the regards of the social worker that her was barged, no knock warrant, barged in. They were after somebody that has an ankle monitor and was at the place he was supposed to be at the time he was supposed to be. And if they had actually looked, they would have known that instead of traumatizing a black woman. So
I love the Chicago police. They're just they're exactly if you ever watch old silent movies before Hays Code and stuff like that, the police are bumbling fools because they're bumbling fools. And that's what the Chicago police, they're just like Charlie Chaplin police officers. They're slamming into each other.
Is that why Lori Lightfoot looked like that?
Hitting each other.
Lori Lightfoot looked like she in a freaking movie or something. She's
hitting people with bowling pins. They're just goofballs. Yeah, the ridiculous.
Chicago PD is some of the most corrupt, one of the most corrupt police forces in the country, without a doubt.
Yeah, we got NYPD, Chicago PD, LAPD.
The big city PDs are the worst PDs.
And then the southern police departments are just the Klan. So it's all right there. You don't even
the southern and then a Western Mass police.
Just the Klan. Boston police are we are a city upon a hill. We can only beat the shit out of people, not murder them. And steal money.
Wait. A Massachusetts man disappeared 2 weeks ago after he jumped into the Concord River to get away from the Lowell police officers. So have they... So
what? Wait a minute. I thought they were saying he killed himself.
Me too. That's what.
So that's different. Actually, is he just is he? So he's dead. What happened? He just drowned? What happened? Bro, okay, I get okay.
Yeah, release that man's
body cam footage.
Because there's no reason that I should read this and the result is you should first I don't want him to be dead, but for the 2 weeks, please be dead or alive. Give me one of those two.
Bro, if he jumped into the river, I'm confused. What? It's very cold outside, so could have been bad, but just release the body cam footage.
What's
and just
the point
prove
of
that you weren't doing anything. I don't understand. They could just prove that they didn't do anything wrong. So I can only suspect that you did something wrong.
Yeah, me okay, so he ran away and he jumped into the river. If you did nothing wrong,
Show us what happened.
Show me when he jumped in. Show me what happened in those seconds.
Like,
yeah, that's like
quite suspicious. What the hell?
That's like wild. Like, I don't even know the right word to describe how insane that is.
That doesn't make sense. Like, nah, they need to run that body cam footage now.
Run that body cam footage. Get what's his name? Moses Harris. He needs to be given justice, because no matter what, like, if you're at a point where you like to jump into a river
in December or January,
December 19th is
in Massachusetts.
Like, y'all did something, and you need to prove otherwise right now. Y'all are guilty. The Lowell Police Department is guilty right now until they're proven innocent, and that's all I knew. That's all I know.
Facts. Something's going on.
Something's amuck, and I'm glad you brought that up, Soleil, because
we hadn't heard.
What's it call it? North Shore, as they call it, because they like to call the New Shore everything that's north of Boston. Me, like, that's not really the North Shore anymore.
I'm like,
sure. Northern Massachusetts. We don't really hear news from often, because it's, we leave the rest of the state to dust, while Boston gets most of the light, and like sometimes the South Shore. But thank you. And then what else? Rachel Rollins. Okay. So I don't even know how to start this.
I just need clarity, sister. What's going on? Explain it, damn it.
So Rachel Rollins on Christmas Eve had a run-in, like in a car with somebody. And it's very weird to like even like describe this, but it's like a road rage accident. She was by South Bay, which is already a bad start. Everybody in Malaysia, Soleil said, is the ghetto, and it is the ghetto because it's full of crackheads. And not crackheads. It's
opioid addicts, unfortunately. Very dangerous place to be.
So this person
not for
also
for the
like
folks
to
out
state,
there. I mean,
the original report was shared by Turtle Boy, which makes it so much worse. Which adds layers to.
Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is why somebody said something. Somebody said something about defending Black women today. Being like, I'm gonna talk shit about Black women, but you can't talk shit. The thing about Turtle Boy is that he lies. So there's that. And the thing about Rachel is that she definitely might have done that shit. That's the problem.
So more context to add to the story is that she was in her she gets a car from the Suffolk County, blah blah blah. She gets a car that has like a little woo woo, whatever those things are, siren or some type of kind of police looking thing, because technically she is kind of a cop to some degree, although police officers don't like to say she's a cop. But she gets benefits of police things sometimes, so it's weird. But so it was some road rage thing. She probably most definitely flashed her lights or SUV lights at this woman. She fucked up because the woman is a Republican, or like some type of enough of a person to run to Turtle Boy to tell him. However you identify within the political spectrum, that's the kind of person that was. So so that was really strange. Nobody else has really picked up the story like that, which has been interesting. The Boston Herald did, which also tells you a little bit more about who's doing this type of reporting. And as I was reading the article more, because I wanted to refresh my memory, I hit my limit, and I don't support the Herald. So
the Herald has a limit?
Yes.
The Herald.
It said I've reached my daily limit.
Oh, daily limit. Interesting.
I clicked on this, not on this. Oh, it's haha.
The Herald has a limit.
Anywho, it's very strange, and it's also strange because a few days ago, Rachel Rollins also posted that this strange man was outside of her house and was trying to come towards her and was incoherent, and she couldn't understand him, and he was like, "See, look at this."
Yes.
What the hell? Gross.
They're wildin'.
So
$12 every 4 weeks.
Has been wildin'. I'm gonna be honest with you. In that weird respect, because it's like we're not getting enough details from her, but we're getting like the bare minimum. And like the details we are getting are details that are like, okay, you need to tell me a little more. It's like when you get in trouble with school and you come home and tell your parent, but you don't tell them everything. And the story not adding up to your parents' head, in like your head, in their head, they're like, "That's not the whole story. You're not telling me something. This story don't make sense.
Something missing."
That's how I feel about this. Like something's missing
like,
from this story.
The problem is that it's like, it's believable. Like, you know, as much love to Rachel Rollins as I can send to a cop and a DA who's, you know, entrenched in the system. Much, you know, so that's a good amount, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, from what I know of her, that's something that she might have done. but the sources are not reliable, so I can't really pass a value judgment either way. Rachel Rollins is being interesting.
Facts. Interesting behavior. It'll as her time to be reelected comes up.
I'm like, strange. We'll see. We'll see what comes next.
Fact, South Bay need to release that footage. I need to see what's happening. But also, like Mike said, she works with the cops. She prosecutes for them. She's basically a cop. So likelihood we see any of that. Likelihood this will just be pushed under the rug until election season is very high. Like,
yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Very powerful. That's a very powerful position. I hope maybe somebody's out there grooming somebody for that seat. But you probably should. Somebody should probably do that. Should have went to law school, I guess. They told me, right?
Gross. What else? Oh, did you want to talk about Cori Bush?
Cori Bush. Ooh, Cori Bush. She's great. If I were a representative, you know, I love her as much as I can love somebody entrenched in the system, you know. No. Nah, but if I were a representative, I'd be like Cori Bush for the fact that she was like, Chris Hayes was talking to her about how all those Republicans are like big mad that they have to go through metal detectors. And so, of course, a bunch of Black people, including Representative Jamal Bowman, were like, every kid in the hood be going through a metal detector like every other day. BLA had metal detectors. They were never on. Yeah, we walked around them. It was like, you know, it was like that Remy Ma line. But yeah, they're all mad. They're like, yeah, my freedoms. I'm like, I don't think walking into a Capitol building with your weapons.
Purse? Why? I'm a congresswoman.
Or that's not your freedoms. This, like, y'all don't do duels in the Capitol no more, bro. You're not fucking, what's that man name? Anthony Hamilton. Anthony Hamilton.
That was a me fuck up.
Anthony Hamilton will say the stories of my hardship around Alexander Hamilton's name.
Anthony Hamilton, starring as Alexander Hamilton. In Hamilton, but directed by Obvious Nonsense. Think about it, guys.
And with no involvement from Lin-Manuel Miranda. Big. Anyway, and definitely a musical. I'm writing all the raps.
So I think we mentioned that at the beginning, or did we mention it? Do we remember? I don't know.
I think we like half minute. We'll go back to it. Yeah. But anyway, Cori Bush was like, so yeah, if they don't want to go through the metal detectors, they should not be allowed to come in. Like, this is a job. Like, you have, like, you know, rules and customs at your job that, like, you have to follow. If you go to McDonald's, you're not wearing your uniform, they're not gonna let you in.
This is a J.
O-B. Too bad, man. Too bad. but she was like, I don't know if they ever had jobs before, and that's what I'm wondering, because I don't think a lot of them have, to be honest. You think about the type of jobs those type of people had. They were like, yes, I was an intern for somebody who was a segregationist, and I was
facts.
this and that. They never had a job.
And then they told me to run.
They never had a job. No, they didn't.
It's very interesting and very different for like a lot of different areas. Not even, because Massachusetts be doing the same thing too. But a lot of politicians just be getting in their jobs because they work for a politician. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like people will work for like a city councilor or like a senator or a state rep, and suddenly everybody's like, you should run for office. No.
These people be terrible too.
You are good for office because you think you will be good as a
They
politician.
they just be like, no, it's like a freaking, it's like a what's it?
Nepotism, like you're passing it on.
Yeah, like the word lineage just comes to my mind, but that's not what I mean. It's like they just, they're just like, okay, it's your turn. You're next in line. You're next in line. Like, oh, and then if somebody breaks that cycle, they're like, how dare you? I was next in line.
How dare you, Ayanna Presley? That's why we're ripping out your emergency alarms so that in case these Antifa.
Yeah, no,
Antifa
yeah, we
militia.
did because we talked about how they found all the secret offices and yeah, but they did that. It was wild. I mean, and the thing about it is that like somebody tweeted this professor, he a Yale professor, he tweeted recently, do you know what happened the last time there were calls for unity after an insurrection? And the answer is Jim Crow, like 90 years of, state state sponsored segregation, legal codified segregation in this country, black people being tortured and maimed and harmed to this day, but like, so I think like that's the question we got to be asking ourselves, like is are we want, do we want that again? I think a lot of people would say yes, and that's what we need to recognize, is that a lot of people would say the fuck yeah, we do. And so if we're not actually like, putting, these people gotta go to, they're terrorists. Like you talk about
jail, and this is the wild part, is being like abolitionists and not wanting jails to exist, but me jail,
facts.
me
whatever,
me,
like
jail, but I don't really want you to go to jail, but I want you to go to jail because
it was, while we still have them, you better be in there. If they're, when they're abolished, we could talk about it then. But while we still have them niggas better be in there. All right, I know people been in jail for 20, 25 years, man. They could be in, they need to be in, they never stormed the Capitol. they ain't never brought zip ties, try to catch Nancy Pelosi and Ayanna Presley. And, like, imagine they would have found Ayanna Presley or Ilhan Omar or Rashida Tlaib or AOC. Imagine what would have happened to them. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, imagine. Even Mike Pence, they would have hung that man from that fucking
the noose they put up.
Yeah, that fucking gallows they erected.
Like, if you guys had gone through with your plan, which some of the people there didn't want to kill people, sure. But a lot of people there came with the intent that they were ready to kill some of these representatives.
Donald Trump said you have to be ready to die for the cause. It's the implicit, thing when you say you're ready to die is that you're ready to kill, and that's the more important part, because that's the part that matters. Who gives a fuck if you die, nigga? Nobody. Look at the bitch who got treaded on. Who didn't want to be treaded on? Nobody cares. They barely care about Ashley only because she was shot by the police. That bitch.
Did you see Sean King's post about it?
I don't see Sean King, but
I only saw it because somebody was like, Sean King working on his rebrand.
What did he say?
He was talking about like the girl that got shot by the police.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, we reviewed it and it was kind of like a messed up situation. And me, Sean King, shut the fuck up.
Sean King, that's it. Why?
Oh, my computer died. How sad.
But anyway, charged. Wait, damn it! That was the end of the.
I don't think we have anything.
Yeah, it's 9:47.
Facts. I do not perceive Sean King. Dang, I have one more thing to tell you, and now I can't remember. Give me one more minute. Fill in the concept of time.
Man, I just want to, like, again, Black people have been saying this for so long, and it's interesting to see all like the Black people who have been in like public spheres. They're just like, what? I'm sick. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm done. Like I said, Don Lemon just done.
I remembered one thing. It wasn't the thing that I wanted to remember, but somebody that works for Somerville was at the rally, and was appointed by, like, in 2019 by Joseph, how do you say his name?
Tony.
And everybody back, like, not everybody, but there was one city councilor in 2019 that was like, I don't like this lady. Like, she says weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she says stuff that you gotta be like, it probably makes her not a good person for the position she was in. And turns out she went to that terrorist insurgent event activity, as all those words they use in
SEAL
team.
She's a traitor.
Turns out she is fucked up. So
Benedict Arnold. Anyway, yeah, I just want people to understand that it's endemic. It's in the whole country. It's not just certain places. It's here. There are mad Trump supporters in Massachusetts. If you live in Massachusetts, you know that. But like, it's yeah, those people they're not living in reality. Like they're not living in reality. They think like if you I don't know, maybe I don't know. I guess I was in the very prime position and age group to understand. I mean, I guess most millennials do, but like I feel like I was uniquely primed to understand exactly to just watch the rise of how information got disseminated. Because if you think about like people were talking about that this earlier about how like in school, I don't know if they tell it was technology. There's a very marked shift in the early 2000s where technology switched for people, and certain people never heard certain things about technology because it was so much part of their lives that they never had to learn about it. But like I remember in school they would talk about like how you shouldn't quote Wikipedia, even though Wikipedia has sources. Ridiculous anyway. But like you can't quote Wikipedia, anybody can change that. And somebody on Twitter was like, yeah, those people who said that are the ones who are now listening to any meme on Facebook and like believing it. And it's really interesting because like I think like a lot of millennials and like early Gen Z people are very uniquely suited to like be on the internet because so we've been through every part of it. Like we so know how to deal with it. Like we've been on LimeWire, we've been on Napster, we've been on Reddit, we've been on AIM, we've been on like we did all these weird things, Black Planet and MySpace, and people have been groomed and
seen a whole evolution of what you use
Tumblr for. And seen and watched as other generations like came on. We remember YouTube when it was wow, man. Remember when YouTube didn't have ads? That was a time.
When YouTube started paying people and then people got rich.
PewDiePie, man.
But that like evolution of the internet and how like information and how we get information, right? Like the fact people don't have to go to libraries anymore to get information, the fact people don't have to go buy a newspaper, the fact people don't have to do these things has led to the fact we have people like the people that were there last week rallying and being terrorists, is that they believe this information, they believe it to be true, they believe it to be the only facts that exist.
And because we're so because we're too adept at making sure people are happy on these social media sites, so they don't have to challenge their worldview. Like it's very easy, and this is whether you're leftist, right, to conservative, whoever you are. Like it's very easy to get trapped in your bubble, and like and you have to actively work against that because they will set you set you up like that. I think like we do not do enough, as we've said so many times, we don't do enough to call out disinformation and misinformation. Like if you have to say it's not true, you have to, and we're gonna have to keep saying this until people understand. Because once Joe Biden gets elected, gets inaugurated, you think they're not gonna go back to the same shit on CNN where they bring in one Republican, one Democrat, the Republican lies out their ass, the Democrat only half lies, and they just act like it's all even? No, like people deserve the truth. This is why people get indoctrinated with this stuff and think that Mike Pence, who has a ceremonial position, the vice president, doesn't do shit. Does not do anything.
He's just a tiebreaker. Like he or she.
Tiebreaker and an envelope opener. Like, please read the Constitution. Like, they're literally there to open envelopes. Like, they don't understand because they've been told that they don't have to understand and that it could just be whatever they want it to be. So until we deal with that, we're gonna these people are not gonna stop. Like, I don't know, they think Donald Trump's gonna quietly disappear, people are gonna stop. Even if Donald Trump dies tomorrow, they're not gonna stop.
Did they forget Pizzagate was not during Trump? Did they forget that
QAnon has been around for a really long time, and he's only bolstered it and given it more, like, people believe in it more. So,
dang, what was the last thing I had? I had thought of another thing as you were speaking, and it left you. Oh, it's not a good thing. Gotta laugh. When you remember it, and then you'd be like,
yeah.
Yesterday marked 11 years since the earthquake in Haiti.
Oh man.
So obviously, keeping that always in mind, that what like the horrible like atrocities that Haitian people experienced after that horrible earthquake, and that they
Facts.
were never helped, and they still
Imperialism,
aren't helped.
the white supremacy and imperialism and colonialism that still is pervasive, and how we move, how we do NGOs, how we treat countries.
People that got rich off of the the suffering
In
of
fact,
Haitian people
people
after
who
an
stole
earthquake.
children, which they love to do, steal children of color, Black children. Also, never forget that for some reason Haiti is paying France reparations. Like, can we not stop that? Like, I'll say it anytime Haiti's brought up. Like, that doesn't make sense. France owes Haiti, the U.S. owes Haiti. Like, sick. But anyway, it was also Haitian Independence Day a while ago,
on the
New
1st.
Year. I don't think we talked about it on our last show.
We fucked up. We messed
Liddy,
up. Always gotta respect our Haitians.
First people free. Anyway,
I think that. My last thing. Insecure is ending. If you watch Insecure, this is a very sad
Issa
news.
Rae is ending.
Issa Rae is ending. We're reaching the end of Issa Rae. My mom calls Insecure Issa Rae. She always has. I don't know why. I know it's because the creator, the lead, her name is Issa Rae, but the show is called Insecure. It's ending with this 5th season. It's kind of due time for it to end. The story was kind of not getting whack, but it was getting like, okay, you can see where it's reaching its like end for like everybody involved. But I'm still very sad. That was one of the best like Black shows that came out of like this period. There are a lot of like shows coming out, good Black shows, and far and few.
Yeah. And with dark skinned people.
Facts, dark-skinned
also,
fine
the loser from Somerville deleted her Twitter. Corny. You're a loser.
Y'all love deleting things after y'all get caught.
Bye.
Do you guys not know that everything's archived on the internet? You guys told us for so many years that everything we said on the internet would be there. And then suddenly when y'all turned 50 and 60, y'all suddenly forgot what y'all told us. You told me that me drinking a little beer, me having a little thought picture would stop me from getting jobs. You're wrong. It ain't stopped me yet. It won't stop me now. And y'all out here being terrorists. What's the sedition? Sedition. Committing sedition against your country. Yeah.
Treason. Whatever. Sedition.
That's y'all, not me. That's it. For
really brought a Confederate fight into the Capitol. 23. It's 23. Peace, guys.
Bye.